Hey folks, Paul Puckett here. Glad you're checking this one out. This was a little off the rails at times, but looking back on it, it's just something a little different we did. I thought it was fun. David and I had planned on having kind of a normal sit down talk, but when you're with friends fishing, you get off the water, you clean up, you go get a little happy hour at the tiki bar, you go to dinner. Next thing you know, you're coming back at 9 or 9:30. Everyone hangs out, and the last thing you do is one is like, hey, I'm going to pull out the microphones and let's do a podcast. It just doesn't really work that well. You don't want to be too forced, and you want everything to go smooth and naturally. So, after day 3, I kind of didn't think it was going to happen. And, what we did is we got back from hanging out at our buddy Rip's house down the road, and I kind of said, David, why don't we figure out a way to do this podcast kind of a looser? And last year, David had cut our hair, gave us mohawks, Chance and I, and they had talked about maybe doing that to Jack, our guide that lives down there, and he was game. So we decided to do a little Mangums Barbershop, kind of do a little hanging out, and a chance for our buddies to ask David questions as well, and just to kind of just loose hanging out. We didn't want to get too serious with David. He was cutting Jack's hair, so that was the plan, just kind of have some fun with it. We had 4 great days down there fishing in the Carabel area, as we always do. Such a unique fishery. It can be difficult at times, but we had great weather. Everything kind of lined up for us. Pretty calm and still, so much to the point where it was hot at times. Super hot because we didn't have a breeze. But we saw fish, we hooked fish, we jumped fish, and we had a few saw the line off close to the boat. Chance and Garrett fished with David, and they wrecked them. They did great. Mangum seems to just have the knack for finding the fish there and knows how to get his guys on fish. He's got it figured out. It's such a fun trip. We had such a blast going there. You can look these guys up, shallow water expeditions, and in the off season they're red fishing down in the Mexico Beach area, Santa Rosa Beach, Destin area. So if you're down there and want to get red fishing when they're not tarpon fishing, or go tarpon fishing, Jack fishes the Mexico Beach area. So Port St. Joe, what have you, Cape San Blas, and David kind of covers the more eastern area. So give them a call, get in touch with them, get Jack out, go fishing. If those guys can't go, they've got other folks as well that can, and so make that happen. So I'll leave. That's pretty much what I covered. Nothing else that I need to warn you about. We just, for 20 minutes, kind of hang out with David while he's cutting hair and ask him a few questions, and that's about it. So appreciate you checking this out. Check out some other videos, subscribe, spread this thing around, send it to some friends. If you like fishing, like art, music, as I do, you might find some things that are interesting to you. So appreciate your time, and hey, see you on the water, tight lines. Yeah. Welcome to David Mangum's Barbershop.
Get up and make a cocktail. Yeah.
All right, folks, we're here at David Mangum's Barbershop here in Alligator Point, Florida. He's sitting here cutting Jack Foley's hair, and we're just here after a day of fishing with a bunch of friends here. Yeah. Hey, David, how long have you been cutting hair?
I've been cutting my own hair for like a million years, 20, 30 years.
And last year, I think about the same time, you cut a couple guys' hairs. I think Chance Yarber and Paul Puckett's. And how do you feel about those cuts from last year?
Those are pretty proud of those cuts.
They were good cuts. They were very important to a special couple's wedding anniversary last year, and we just want to go ahead and say that was a great cut for Chance. Jack, how are you feeling about your cut here in the living room of the barbershop?
I'm going with it, man. Just going with the flow.
It's looking great, by the way.
Thank you.
So we're going to do the little podcast a little differently at the barbershop here. We're going to talk to David and maybe have some questions from the live studio audience. Hey audience, how are y'all doing tonight? We've had a series of questions that have been prepared and have been shown to David so he can.
Yeah.
So David,
Yes.
How long have you been fishing down here in these here Florida waters?
You know, I'm going to say around 20, or in these waters, probably about 25, 24 years, something like that.
And how did you end up finding this place to be your? Well, how did you end up saying this is where I'm going to figure this place out?
Well, a fella named Scott Wachowski that owned Bud and Alley's restaurant in Seaside, I started working there, and he and I just started fishing a lot. He had this old Silver King boat, and we just made our way down the coast. Started a little further to the west at this area called, called Cricket Island. And
You getting some pictures for me, Alex?
started fishing around here.
And so
It's way more complicated, but I'm trying not to gouge Jack here.
yeah. And that's what we love about this setup here. We're going to cut some hair.
So weird, Jack. It's very fine. No, it's very fine hair.
So Jack has been our guide this last few days for Alex.
Super thin little hairs.
Alex Horton and I have been hanging out and fishing with Jack. And then Chance and Garrett have been fishing with David. We've had a great time this week. And we're trickling down towards the end of the season here. Do you start having to do things a little different as the season starts ending? I mean, at some point you start seeing less fish probably. Are there different things you have to do?
Nope.
Nothing really changes. Either the fish are here or they're not. And you kind of stick to what you know, and nothing really.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's a complicated answer to your question. But
Yeah, we don't want to give away anything
Yeah.
either out there. So, but we're still
about
seeing
haircutting.
We're still seeing fish though. We're having a good time. Now this haircut. Let's talk about the haircut.
Yeah. This is
So what are we doing a taper? Are we doing any sort of certain taper here?
Just kind of going, winging it.
Okay, so we're winging it. You didn't have any sort of certain feel or cut you wanted to go with. Just kind of the hair is going to tell you.
Yeah.
It's looking really nice.
It is.
It's looking really good.
Super short on the sides.
Yeah. Are we going to save any of these hairs for any certain fly patterns that we might want to work with?
Jack usually, he saves his hair.
So your second little weapon you like to use on the boat is a camera. You do a lot of photography on the boat.
Yep.
Is that something that you saw someone else doing, and you're like, man, I got to figure that out? When did the photography kind of part of your guiding come into play?
You know, honestly, when I first started fishing and guiding, I just felt like so much of that stuff I see out there in the water, it's super amazing, super cool, and just wanted to start documenting it. You kind of want to show it to people when you do something creative, and you're like, look at this is amazing. And as I started becoming a guide, and that was kind of what we did to get others excited about fishing and coming with the guide service that we had. So,
well, cool.
Yeah, it was
It's
creative, marketing, and just.
And you've got a great eye for it. I mean, all your photos are amazing, and the light's incredible. I've never seen you put a bad photo out there, and I'm sure you have to filter through a lot, and that takes a lot of time and effort. On the other end of it is getting in front of a computer and really.
Does this look right?
I think so. Yeah, we got a little tuft here that we want to work with.
Yeah, I want to.
Any questions from the studio audience?
So what's your favorite bird?
Hold on,
Favorite bird.
let's go over here to Rip.
Yeah, so David, what's your favorite bird?
My favorite bird is the frigate bird, the man-of-war bird.
Well, we asked Jack today, how often do you guys see frigates here in this area?
Not too often here.
Can you expand on that? All right, take two here. We're back at the studio. We had a little malfunction. Microphone fell to the floor. So, David,
Yes.
a lot of people probably don't know this about you aside from your photography work. that you do a little painting on the sides.
Yeah,
Maybe you call it a hobby. I don't know, but I love what you're doing. I think you're really good at it, and I wish the people could see it more.
Well, I don't know. It's just another thing that I really dig to do, but time is tough when you are guiding and family and everything. So, sometimes in the winter I get after that a little bit, but it's hard to line up the feeling creative and wanting to do it. And painting is not like, there's a lot of stuff you got to line up for it to.
Yeah.
You don't just sit down and do it. You got to kind of be prepared and have ideas and. Yeah,
because if you're only painting like 1 or 2 months in the year during kind of what you would consider maybe your off season, you're kind of relearning a little bit when you kind of get back into it. So by the time you get a groove going, it's kind of hard to really...
Relearning, absolutely. And, a lot of things you do and people do, you have to relearn if you've not done it for a while, right? No matter what it is. That certainly is, I have going for painting, it's like, oh my God. The brush strokes, the color mixing, everything, and you have to kind of relearn.
Now, have you put those paintings actually on where people can see them, or is that just a quick story that you put them on? Can people see them?
No, I think I put a few of them on social media, and but I don't put them anywhere.
Yeah,
that's important, just because. Yeah, I usually give them to friends or people.
So no one can get on and buy them right now. There's just something you're doing on the side to have fun with and make it better.
Creative endeavor.
Can we get a picture of the back of the neck here, please, someone? This is amazing. We got any questions from the studio audience here?
Look how fine this hair is. I just need somebody else to vouch for the fact that this.
Gary, you got a question?
I'm just interested in this hair.
Yeah.
Indeed,
It's some of the finest hair.
So fine.
Fine?
It's like beaver fur.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is
Look at this neck. Look at this neck.
6X
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Garrett Gordy, right? Is this Garrett Gordy?
Yeah, I've been called that.
Hey, Garrett. Paul Puckett. How are you?
Pleasure.
So you've been fishing with David for, what, 4 or 5 years maybe?
I think 4, yeah.
So I heard today might be one of the better days you've had.
It was strong.
Yeah.
Everything just lined up this morning. Started with a pretty sunset.
Yeah. Whew, great.
I got lucky.
And so fishing with David, have you become a better angler by fishing with David? Have you learned a lot from fishing with him?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, lots.
I would say it's all about the fighting of the fish is what you really learn. Getting to pull on them, it's just a lot more opportunity to pull on them, and the coaching on that is, I think that's what the difference has been.
What's the difference between fishing here and, like, say, the Keys?
I would say water clarity and how they eat.
And so do you like it better?
I think the fish like to eat in dirty water.
Yeah. Dirty. Well, thanks. Hey, Garrett, thanks, buddy. Appreciate you being here. Alex Horton.
Hello.
So, what do you think about Jack's haircut? How's it coming here?
It's a little furry on the back of the neck.
Are you next, by the way?
Depends how much bourbon I drink, I guess.
Yeah. It's looking good, though.
I do have a question for David.
Yeah.
All right, so we learned, yesterday or day before, that when you're fishing with these top tier guides, you got to bring them a sandwich.
Yeah.
David, who has made...
We learned that 2 days ago. Yeah.
All right, I have the answer to this.
Who's made the best sandwich
So,
that you've consumed on the skiff?
Yeah.
my favorite sandwich on the skiff is,
Great question, by the way, Alex. Thank you.
well, there's a couple contenders. My friend Rip makes an amazing, what I call a man sandwich, because there's like 25 pieces of meat in this.
man sandwich?
Yes.
25 pieces.
Man
He's
sandwich.
literally counting it.
It's like a giant burger of a sandwich. It's really good.
Okay.
And I also, Ryan McCarty, St. Louis fella, and Joe Scott. So they're a totally different strategy. They have the King's Hawaiian rolls, and they're just doing like a salami, a little piece of sausage, and then they put one piece of cheese, and then we're going wasabi, Engelhofer wasabi stuff on there. And then you're like 3 bites. It's like a slider. That's pretty amazing shit.
Okay, so Rip is
Those
in
are
the
some of my
running.
favorites. Rib sandwiches are rad.
St. Louis is in the running.
Not the rubbing.
We're in the rub, whatever. We're going to call it whatever. Rip, you've been basically cooking for us the last couple days. You live down here in the the shrimp part of the world, the triple tail part of the world. What's your favorite seafood to cook and eat?
Wow.
I think we just need to go super.
Whatever I have at the time.
Yeah, which is always usually gonna be
Whatever's
pretty good.
fresh.
Yeah.
So we got shrimp off the shrimp boat a couple of
Yeah.
days ago.
Yeah.
We eat those. Eat them. They're swimming the night before, and then you eat the shrimp the next day.
Fresh as can be.
As good as they can be.
Well-
Any kind of fish that we eat, from mullet to triple tail to trout.
Well, that actually brings me to my next question. You're a big triple tail guy. Well, you like everything. You like fishing for everything around here, but triple tail is like your passion, right?
One of them for certain. Yeah.
So what is the thing about triple tail that you love fishing for triple tail?
Peaky blinders here, baby.
I don't know. I started fishing for them when I was 10 years old, and that was kind of the big fish over in the other end of Apalachicola Bay, over at Indian Pass, where I spent a lot of time growing up as a kid. And so I've done it forever. We've had a really good triple tail fishery here for a lot of years, and in the last 2 or 3 years, it's starting to get beat up. We're getting a lot of pressure, so it's tougher and tougher. There's still a few around, but they don't respond well to pressure.
Other than that, you like the big old tarpon. You fish with David a lot.
Yeah, and I love tarpon fishing, love triple tail fishing, but if I had to spend 1 week fishing for something before I died, it would be permit.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm a glutton for punishment.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Yep. Love permit as well. Chance, let's walk over here to Chance Yarborough. You got any questions for David, the barber?
Chance, you ready for
Look at him. Look at him over there.
I think what he's doing to Jack, he's it's looking nice.
my time?
It is looking good.
I mean, he's got a thick mop of a head of a hair. Yeah.
This hair.
You've been fishing pretty good this week? Everything going well?
You know,
Encountered a
yes and no. Like sometimes the hook sticks and sometimes it doesn't. But you know, we today was really good.
That's more of a.
Fed a lot of fish, landed a few, and it was good fun.
Did you get any inspiration for painting this week?
Absolutely, I always leave here with a lot of inspiration.
Yeah. You got some good footage. I've seen it. You got some questions here? Let's see here. When booking a fishing trip, you can ask about the guide's rate, the number of anglers allowed, and whether they have a deposit. You can also ask about experience. How much guiding experience do you have, Dave?
What? What
These are questions from Google.
Fuck Google.
Regulations. Do you understand the local fishing regulations?
What? No.
Do you understand? Okay. We're moving on to the next question. Do you understand local weather patterns?
Yes.
Great answer.
Yes, I got that.
Best days to fish. What
is this?
What days are the best days to fish given the conditions, David?
You know what? The best time to go fishing is when you can go fishing. Don't worry about the conditions. Just go when you can go, you know? And
Great answer. Great answer.
Nice enough and you're going to get some great conditions. And, yeah, you know, sometimes it's going to suck, but the law of averages plays out over time, and just go when you can go. That's my answer.
So, actually, if you're not guiding or fishing around here, what is your favorite place to fish and actually on your own time and when you're
Here.
not working?
Here,
Yep.
where I work.
Gotcha.
I want to just learn everything I can about where I am, where I work, and more than anybody else can ever learn it. So that's my goal.
And you do some off-season stuff for fun. You do some hosted trips to the Seychelles.
I love the permit. Yeah.
And you do the Seychelles thing.
I've done some of Seychelles things, yes.
And when we fished together, like the last day we were out there, you said you wanted to catch a wrasse. Like that to me was one of the most favorite days because that was our plan. We ended up seeing
a fucking wrasse.
we saw 4 of them tailing all together, and that was one of the coolest fish I've ever seen in person for sure. And This year, how was your trip to Cosmo?
You know, the Cosmo trip this year was pretty good. The weather was a little bit dicey, but anytime you go to Seychelles, it's pretty amazing. Mm-hmm. It's, I mean, everybody that goes there for the first time is like, I have to be back here. I have to come back here at some point just because of the place. You know, it's kind of like when you go to Alaska, the fishing is secondary. The place is like just mind-boggling. So that's what I say about the Seychelles. I'm starting to use the scissors on Jack.
It's looking good. I wish people could see the video of this happening, but it's looking solid.
It does look good.
Well, anyone have any other questions? I mean, we're just going to make this quick and simple. Out here in Dave Mangum's Barbershop. Rip, you good? You got anything else just from this incredible session we had? Just this mind-boggling. We got deep. We got really super deep.
Give the people a little Other than being a barber, what would you do if you weren't a fishing guy?
What would I do if I wasn't a fishing guide? I don't know. I'd probably do something just to make a fuck ton of money and then go fishing.
There you go. There you have it, David Mangum in the Barbershop. This probably will never, ever see the light of day, but we're going to find out. We'll check it out.
Good barbershop talk.
It was good barbershop talk.
Barbershop talk.
Yeah.
Barbershop talk.
Alex, you want to just say anything to...
I think I'd do it. That's a plan new answer.
I don't know. Paul.
Good talk. You?
Peaky Blinders?
Ha ha ha!
What you sipping on?
This is some Four Roses small batch bourbon select.
Four Roses.
It's great.
Yeah.
Always neat. No ice, never.
And let's tell the people about what you're wearing tonight. Just if you were on, the red carpet, you'd walk up and you'd say, "What am I wearing tonight?" Chance Yarborough, what are you wearing tonight?
I'm wearing an old vintage 1987 Injustice for All Metallica acid wash shirt with some bare bottom inseam 6-inch denim shorts.
Yeah, with a little hole in the thigh there. That's nice. Nice touch. Thanks, Chance. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. Thanks, y'all, for coming by David Mangum's Barbershop. Yeah, see y'all next year.